It's onepiece daisuke Motti.
Today's topic is this: Big Mom will be the 11th member of Straw Hats. This video is the sequel to my previous video, so watch the first part before, the link's in the description. I'm gonna sum it up real quick though. Why should Big Mom, who is a Yonko and currently battling against Luffy and Co in Wano, ever become a member of the Straw Hat Pirates? The first one is the theory about Big Mom having double personality. This one is quite popular already. And the second one is my original theory, which is Majin Buu is the model for Big Mom. Bringing these two theories together, I came to a conclusion that Big Mom will become a member of Straw Hats. And in the previous video, I've deepened my original theory, Majin Buu is the model for Big Mom. Between the Majin Buu arc from Dragon Ball and Whole Cake Island arc, there are so many links existing, it can't be just coincidence. More precisely, there are links in the character setting, the keywords from Buu arc and essential characters from Whole Cake Island, and the fusion and Katakuri battle. We've been able to extract several scenes that are attributed and find a clear connection between those two stories. Hence, what we have to think about now is the good Buu and evil Buu, the good mom and evil mom, this connection. So far, I came in my last video, now let's proceed with the sequel. Okay, what do all the connections between Buu arc and Whole Cake Island mean after all? And I'm pretty sure that many of you guys still don't believe that it's gonna happen. And I'm curious how many of you I can make think, oof, maybe Big Mom's really gonna be the 11th. I can feel it's not gonna be so easy to make you convinced, but let's get started.
It's onepiece daisuke Motti. Next.
First of all, I want to tell you about the other assumption I couldn't go into detail in my previous video, which is Big Mom has two personalities. In the meantime, there are plenty of other YouTubers who already put this topic on YouTube, but its root cause most likely was this one, also known as Mother Caramel being still alive. Let's have a look at the crucial scene for exposing Mom's true personality, the climax of Big Mom's past. It was one of the most shocking scenes on One Piece and Shonen Jump history ever, where readers got to think that a person ate up other people. Mom saying, "I chomped down on the table." Mother Caramel's clothes on the ground all shredded. Children crying, screaming. And Caramel's Sorosunomi ability having passed over to Big Mom. Having read these scenes, the logical conclusion was that Big Mom, as a child going wild to eat the croquembouche, accidentally ate up Mother Caramel and other children around her and gained the ability of Sorosunomi. This was the assumption many readers had. However, is it possible that Mother Caramel is not dead? For some reason she's still alive inside of Big Mom. This is the basic assumption we want to dig deeper today. There are three major reasons. First of all, even if we put Mother Caramel aside, Big Mom initially used to have a kind-hearted face as a child and a cruel face who even kills her own son. These two bilateral aspects were illustrated quite precisely. And second, Big Mom oddly doesn't use too many skills that are based on Sorosunomi during the fights. The only one we got to see is her skill Soul Pokas, and we got to see this 4 times so far. In each cases, she used to suffer from hunger pangs or used to lose her self-control, being dominated by anger or confusion. Starting with Mother Caramel, who was cruel-hearted, perhaps prince driven out of his country by riots and revolutions, or children forced into near slavery by poverty, who we thought Big Mom has eaten them all up of, might be still alive inside of Big Mom somehow, and they might be the trigger for her Soul Pokas. And the third reason, Big Mom's eyes whenever she activates Soul Pokas. Every time whenever this skill gets activated, Big Mom's eyes are clearly illustrated in a different way. These eyes. It makes you remind of something, right? Yes, like Imusama, Mihawk or Zunisha, the eyes that the most important characters in One Piece also have. These eyes actually have been illustrated not only on these important characters, but also on some others, based on a certain principle. Characters with bilateral personalities. So far we've seen Cavendish and Pudding, whose bilateral personalities have been illustrated distinctly. And in the corresponding situations, these specific eyes were illustrated. It means also Big Mom, whose eyes turn like this whenever Soul Pokas is activated, she might have bilateral personalities as well. Thinking this way, we can speculate that Imusama, Mihawk or Zunisha might also be characters who has double personalities. But since we are talking about Big Mom today, let's not dig too deep into this. Bilateral faces Big Mom used to have from the beginning, poor usage of Sorosuru no Mi, her eyes during soul focus. Based on these points, what we can deduce is, inside of Big Mom for some reason, Mother Caramel is still alive. And this was the popular theory about Big Mom having two personalities. And if they just could take Mother Caramel out of Big Mom, the good-hearted Big Mom would come back by chance. And finally, at this point we can make the connection to my theory, Majin Buu being the model for Big Mom. I know it took us some time to get here, but this basic knowledge was inevitable for you to enjoy the video further. The way how to get Mother Caramel out of Big Mom, who seems to be still alive inside of Big Mom. The answer to this is hidden in the Buu arc from Dragon Ball. Now let's speed up. Majin Buu and Big Mom, whose only link seems to be a pink fat ass who likes candies at first blush. These two, however, or better Majin Buu arc and Whole Cake Island arc, comparing these two stories with each other, there are so many links which you can't claim this just to be coincidence. I told you about this in my previous video already. What we have now to think about is the truth about Majin Buu, the concept of his bilateral personalities, the concept of good Buu and evil Buu. For those among you who doesn't know Dragon Ball, basically the character Majin Buu exists twice, the fat good-hearted Buu and scrawny evil Buu. To be very precise, there's another little most evil Buu, who's the origin of both, but let's put him aside for now. But why are there two Boos existing anyway? The answer is the result of his special ability. He's able to absorb other people into his body. This is actually a cheat ability that led to some crossfires among the Dragon Ball fans back in the time. So he was basically able to absorb his opponent and to use his power, intelligence or skills and make it use for himself completely. Therefore, a good-hearted Buu who has absorbed other good-hearted characters and the original evil Buu came to existing inside of single being Majin Buu. It's a real tricky setting, but in short, originally Buu was evil. Then he absorbed a good-hearted character. Another personality came into existence and good-hearted Buu was born. And the one who was tributed in the kind of inverted concept is Big Mom. Originally she was good-hearted. Then she absorbed evil characters such as Caramel or other evil children, and another personality came into existence and evil Mom was born. Let's get back to Majin Buu. People who are absorbed by Buu seem to be dead. But it turns out that they are actually still alive, here the corresponding scene. People who got absorbed by Buu and became a part of him were captured like this in Buu's body without any freedom and consciousness. And there's one scene in One Piece that replicates this concept in chapter 900, Bad and Musical. The camera focusing into Mom's body eating a wedding cake. This composition. What do you think? It's the totally same composition, don't you think? And immediately after this scene, Oda illustrated the pet symmetry inside of Big Mom's body, where things that are eaten up by Mom still being alive. Considering this, just like people who got absorbed by Buu still being alive inside of his body, you can assume that people who got eaten up by Mom are also still alive inside of her. Yes, Mother Caramel is still alive inside of Big Mom indeed. There's no logical way that the construct of Big Mom's and Buu's bodies would be the same. If Oda did so, the abnormality of her body would exceed that of Blackbeard. Then what else option do we have? Yes, the ability of Sorosuru no Mi. Exactly because the ability of Sorosuru no Mi stands out from other Devil Fruit's abilities, this all is visible, getting realized. And there's only one character who can take Mother Caramel's soul out of Big Mom's body. Brook. If that's Brook and his ability of Yomi Yomi no Mi, it actually seems possible to take out just Caramel's soul out of Mom's body. And where I want to focus at is the way Brook calls Big Mom. While any characters treat her like a monster, only Brook calls her young lady. He even doesn't make an exception of her and asks her to show him her panties. And this exactly recalls the occasion why Buu has split into two, namely Mr. Satan. The action that Mr. Satan has taken made the story of Majin Buu arc evolve drastically. He didn't treat Buu like a monster, but became his friend. After some back and forth, Buu unintentionally split himself into two, and the Majin Buu arc rapidly got to its end. And the most obvious link between Brook and Satan is the afro. Brook's afro we just knew to be firmly rooted about. It's actually ridiculous. What if Oda has considered all along Brook to be an afro that splits a pink fat ass into the good and evil, to make the tribute to Mr. Satan realized? OMG, how genius is Oda? Anybody among you guys who claim this to be just coincidence? For you, please have a look at this. Satan-sama, king of the devils. Yes, people used to call him Satan-sama right after he was swatted off the Shabadi island. And to finish this off, Cap on a Gang Badge, one of the worst generation who played an essential role in the Whole Cake Island. The scene inside of Badge's body when his Shidoshiro no Mi was activated was also another obvious link to Majin Buu arc. Those who liked Dragon Ball, when this specific scene came up, we immediately thought of the concept of Buu. So this one I will add to my list of links between Majin Buu and Big Mom. I'm aware this theory has much input, but can you follow me so far? Last but not least, what I now want to talk about is the possibility that the good-hearted mom will become the 11th Straw Hat member.
It's One Piece Daisuke Mochi. Next.
Okay, so far we put two theories together. Big Mom has two personalities and Majin Buu is the model of Big Mom, and came to the conclusion that Mother Caramel is still alive, and in future Brook take the evil caramel out of Big Mom. However, even though my conclusion would be more or less legit, the majority would probably think, okay, I got your point. But there's no way that she will join the Straw Hats. At the utmost, the Big Mom pirates will join the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. I can blame you guys if you think this way. But I think that the good mom who will be released from the evil will join the Straw Hats officially. The main reason that makes me think like that is the fact that Big Mom's dream and Luffy's dreams are the same. There are two scenes in the story that points out Big Mom's dream. First one is what she has spoken out. My dream is to become family with all of the races of the world and to enjoy a meal at eye level. Another one is what Peckhams has said. A utopia where all races can live in harmony without discrimination. All the races of the world. The dream of Big Mom matches 100% to Luffy's true dream, which people rumor about. After Luffy has fulfilled his dream to become the Pirate King, he'll probably strike for a world of liberty without any discrimination or domination, and eventually wants to realize the biggest banquet involving all races. This is what is meant by all of this world, and Luffy's and Big Mom's dream. After Caramel has left her body, Big Mom, who's left alone with an empty dream, will most likely go along with the Straw Hats, entrusting her dream to Luffy. One of the premises to join the Straw Hats pirates is to have a dream that could be fulfilled when going along with Luffy. In Mom's case, the premise will be fulfilled 100%. This is the fundamental reason why Big Mom will become the 11th Straw Hats member. Let's also think about further questions that can be answered with my theory. Theory about devil fruit numbers of the Straw Hats. As you know, there is a law of the devil fruits numbers when talking about joining the Straw Hats. Not going too much into details, it's believed that the next member will have an ability that's using the numbers 2 and 9. It could be either Kinemon with Fukufuku no Mi or Bartholomew Kuma with Nikiiki no Mi. In any case, I don't think that Big Mom's will be the 10th member but the 11th. And without Caramel's soul inside of her, she's gonna lose her soul ability anyway, so this issue is solved. A current Yonko joining the crew, wouldn't that throw out the balance? With regard to this, let me tell you something. Are you serious? The balance of current One Piece world is in the middle of getting destroyed. How can I know? Abolition of 7 warlords. Since SSG was created by Dr. Vegapunk to compete with Yonkos, 7 warlords is now redundant. It also means That world government already acquired equal power to 7 warlords, no rather beyond that, and plans to reign over the One Piece world from now on. What do you think? If Big Mom, who has lost her soul ability, joined the Straw Hats, would it throw out of this world's balance? I'd rather think that a reinforcement to this extent is necessary to fight SSG or the new world government. What's gonna happen to the current Big Mom pirates? If they would succeed to split into Good Mom and Evil Mom, what's gonna happen to the Evil Mom after all? Big Mom pirates crews who will get to know the truth. There's no way they will forgive Mother Caramel. The most logical ending would be if the evil Big Mom or Mother Caramel would be defeated by her own crew, and the Big Mom pirates who has lost their captain will be captained by Charlotte Katakuri, the number 2 of the Big Mom pirates and the user of Conqueror's Haki. Since Katakuri and Luffy have already acknowledged each other throughout the intense battle, there would be no better captain than Katakuri himself. This scheme also links to Jinbei joining the Straw Hats, who used to be a 7 warlord and the captain of some pirates. Considering all the tributes to Dragon Ball, considering the power that world government has acquired in the meantime, Big Mom becoming the new member of the Straw Hats and the remaining Big Mom pirates joining the Straw Hat Grand Fleet sounds quite reasonable to me. So what do you think? I have clarified almost all the question marks that would arise if Big Mom joined the Straw Hats. In addition to that, considering what I've claimed to be the major reason, Luffy's true dream matching to that of Big Mom, the potential Big Mom to join the Straw Hat Pirates seems quite high, right?